So this is the Kinze innovation. I'll kind of just do a quick-ish video of this. So keep in mind, if you want to read any of things, hit pause. And remember, this is a 360 video, so you can point it in any direction you want. There's a video right here you could sit down and watch if you wanted to. But as part of this tour, you can go, they take you on a golf cart through the entire factory, which I couldn't take a video of. So remember, when you come in here, they'll actually take you out into the factory. Detroit diesel, 2-stroke, non-turbo. They have videos playing and everything. Early front loader. They have 36 acres under roof. It's got a Detroit diesel in this. So he started out in this world as a farmer, and this red one is his very first tractor. So outside they have these stacked grain carts, and then the row planter that spins. So this is his very first tractor, and he had to have this pedal extension on here so he could use it as a kid. But I guess they found it and he paid for it and got it back. And this was their very first innovation that they ever had, was this grain cart. Before, it was just like a flat cart and you kind of had to dump or unload it by hand. And this was the first one that could offload in like 3 minutes. But no hydraulics back then. So there's an arm right here. You had to pull that arm out and flip the auger over to be able to offload it. Then we just ran off the PTO. But here's the timeline. And pause here too and look at it. Here's the stacked grain carts. Here's a tractor that they created but never put into production. It has twin Detroit diesels in it. One up there and then one over here. And part of what they did here is they took the John Deere, the crappy motors in the John Deere that would split, and they put a Cummins motor in it instead. And then this is the very first foldable row planter. There's a really cool video on how it folds out so they can get it out of farm gate. I don't have time to kind of sit here and watch this. But here's the big tractor, and then it's 12 plow. But they show a video of it plowing. He had to be such a monster for its time. Okay, here's how it folds. First one of its kind. And then this is it right here. Inside this. So this is its top. They're really cool. I didn't hear what he said about this tractor, but it was the most expensive 4440 Pem ever. $50 hours on it. And then you go in here to go to the factory tour. There's headphones, and then the guy in the golf cart will talk you through it. But there's a little golf cart right here. Here's a 4640 Pem. And an 8640. Come here. How the little planners work. I wish I had more time to be able to show you all this, but I really need to get going. I'm going to Omaha today. Spend enough time in here. But it's super cool. But yeah, that's the 360 video of the Innovation Center. Really the key to this is the factory tour. And I'm shooting a 360 video in here.
What I didn't tell you was everything that you see here today, since you jumped on it, if you want, we can play that video for you. It's about a 20-minute video. But everything that you see here today started in 1965.
Okay.
Because John's dad told him, John was 21, his dad told him, there's just not enough money here for everybody. So John had to go out, and he took his love of building and helping, and that's how he started this factory. But how he started, it didn't start all like this. He went and got a loan. Started in 1965, he went and got a loan for $3,655. And that got him this building. And this is a replica of the building. And this is all all down at Ladora, the next exit down. Okay. And we started redoing those John Deere tractors. He built this 4 years later. He had somebody build that, and then in 1972 he built a 10,000 square foot up on top here. That's when he moved operations here. Okay. And that's each step of the way. Sure. But this is the original welder he bought. The rest of the stuff are just things that we picked up, redid. But this is a replica, and we had it outside. And John's like, when we went to build this, we were celebrating the company's 50th anniversary. And John is the founder and the president, and his daughter is Susie Beach. She's the vice president, chief marketing officer. She's here every day. But when he wanted to do this, he brought everything back and just kind of showcased some of the things he's done. This is an example. When John Deere did this 5020, they put a weak motor in it, and nobody was happy. Sure. People were mad, not just a little bit. Yeah. So a guy called John actually had a brand new John Deere 5020 delivered to his shop, just to take it apart. Yeah. So he went with the Detroit diesel because it was the same length. The width is a little bit different. So then John took flat plate and made the frame, and he came with a credit card in there. Huh. And then he had trouble with it jumping out of 6th gear. So he split it all apart again. And on that, the O-ring or the clip that was in there, snap ring was in there. He tack welded it 3 times, never a problem. Huh. So now I'm saying, like I said, this is typical John. He wasn't the first, but he figured it out. Yeah. And so he makes 5, then he ended up doing over 200 of these. Okay. And that's what he's talking about, that truck back there, that rear end. They built that rear end so strong that that's what he put in his tractor. John Deere built it? And this is another example. John graduated high school. His mom was a teacher. A buddy of his was dairy farming, and he went on vacation, so John did his chores for him. And when they come back, they're complaining about they don't have enough tractor to take all the manure out. So John had him set down. They took the 2 rear ends out of the Alice Chalmers tractor. The motor is a straight 6 Chevy gasoline motor, hydraulics and steering. That's all your international. He went to the local Alice Chalmers dealer and said, "I want new tin because I want something to be new." Now, in 1966, when this is made, it's articulating 4-wheel drive. John didn't invent those. I was a kid, small town Iowa, no engineering, no AutoCAD, no. He just puts things together, and that's everything that you messed up until you got up with me.
And the truck was his original truck?
No, he went back and we couldn't get the original. It's probably been melted.
Sure.
But we did take that back. That's his original employee, Bo. He's like, if you went to see John, you had to meet Bo, whether you wanted to or not. His name's Kinze. And John's mom said, "Don't call it Kinze. They won't pronounce it right. They'll spell it wrong. They'll do everything wrong." So John shortened it down to Kinze. John's dad, John's buddy, made that design for him. We've actually cleaned it up a few times now. We call that Kinze blue. People say, "Oh, that's Ford." No, that is Kinze blue.
Really?
Yeah. And we went with blue because that's John's mom's favorite color.
Huh.
What's your dog's name?
Pem Pem.
Pem Pem?
So his name's Pembroke, but I started calling him Pem Pem as a puppy.
There you go.
He's been on the road now for 3 years.
I'm going to say there's some Yorkie in there.
Yep.
What is
Just
it?
Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I've been
Well, let me tell you, I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, I appreciate the tour.
Where are you headed to now?
Just over to, yeah, and then I go to Round Off. I got MAP fertilizer on.
You come through this way often?
Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of times.
Stop at the Amana Colonies, a place called Oxio Inn.
Yeah.
They got what they call the family style meal.
Yeah.
If you like mint food,
Yeah.
you'll eat your work.
Yeah.
There you have a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He's actually a worker here and started doing this. I mean, super cool. Really. So you guys got to come take this tour here. You won't. I was definitely very, very impressed on how this whole thing works. So, yeah, and they have a little gift shop. So, hope you enjoyed it.